Our first topic.
You gotta have a happy face at the beginning of the topic.
He could be like that. He could be salty because he's about to get fired up for this anyway. Our first topic, Nickelodeon versus Cartoon Network, is very nostalgic for us, and I know that we all have strong feelings when it comes to both sides of these. Yes, but sir. Everyone, well, I won't say everyone, but most of us growing up, we're watching either Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network. Disney don't count. Disney don't.
That's what we all.
Disney does not count. Like
no,
we're not saying what Disney don't count. Calm down.
Disney don't count.
Is it in the argument though?
You could make
an argument.
You can you cannot. They got three cartoons.
You ought to say Disney
don't
count in the cartoon.
You got Proud Family over there.
And show.
You had Zack and Cody.
That's not a cartoon.
Not a cartoon.
We're talking about cartoons.
They're not in the conversation.
So shows that were not animated shows are not cartoons?
No. They're humans. Sitcoms.
Zack and Cody? That's a sitcom.
Hey, look.
If they don't have outlines, they're not a cartoon.
Hey, look what? If that took your argument away from Nickelodeon, it's literally not a cartoon. Oh, hold on. My assistant has brought me some evidence that I needed.
Anything that was on.
He got the paperwork.
I told y'all not to come this way.
Anything that was on Cartoon Network. Anything that was on 8 to 8 from Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon is considered useful. That's a cartoon and a kid sits. You're watching a Cartoon Network. I don't understand why you're not counting that.
This is a weird
it
platform
has humans
to stand
in
on.
It.
That doesn't make it not. Gumball has
is Drake and Josh a cartoon?
Gumball has real.
Is Drake and Josh a cartoon?
Also, but it also
is Drake and Josh a cartoon?
In certain episodes, Keys, but it's a cartoon.
Are we talking cartoons or are we just talking shows?
Hey, Aaron, if you want to switch
you're
sides
talking
right
about
now,
that's a regular occurrence.
This is a fantastic hill you choose to die on.
We talking cartoons or we talking shows?
It's all grassy and soft.
Hey, we talking networks, Carol. Let's get it.
Let's be talking networks.
Let's go.
So to start off, does anyone want to make a case?
Yeah, y'all need the network.
I want smoke. Let's go.
Does anyone want to get it off their chest first? No?
Keys do.
No, I don't. I have an unpopular opinion. I'm gonna wait for it, but y'all can go ahead and plead your case first.
All right. I think
I'd like to go first, and this is what I was trying to say. Go ahead.
I think Nickelodeon is the better network. Now, I feel like it can be very debatable when you talk about shows, because on Cartoon Network side and on the Nickelodeon side, there's great shows either way. There's trash shows either way. But let me get that off of there. I think Nickelodeon has more variety, and I think Nickelodeon was able to succeed where Cartoon Network was not able to succeed. Yes, on both sides you have cartoons. Nickelodeon, obviously, when it comes to the live action and it comes to the sitcoms, they were able to produce shows that get into that side of the entertainment and be successful. When you think of Drake and Josh, when you think of Ned's Declassified, those are great shows. Now, let's look on the Cartoon Network side. How did they do? How did they fare with that? Can you name any? No, you can't.
No, you can't.
So we'll just go with the thumbs down. Now,
let's go ahead and stop right there real quick.
Go ahead.
Let's get it.
The reasons why they didn't, succeed in that area because it's Cartoon Network.
So
we literally just had a conversation. Hold on. Let me get my stuff off real quick. In my opinion, if there are humans in it, Zack and Cody, Sweet Life, all that, they're fire shows. They are not cartoons. Who has the better cartoons? Cartoon Network. You know what I mean? Y'all got that. Y'all can beef with Disney with That's So Raven, The Sweet Life, Wizards of Waverly Place. Although, I didn't watch that.
Whoa.
I didn't watch that. But I'm just saying, y'all can debate with all that. But if we're talking about cartoons, let's go ahead and get this out the way now. We're gonna go ahead and look at your 90s cartoons, because in the early 90s, Nickelodeon is clearly the king. Y'all are the king. So we got Rugrats.
Greg, I want you to
90s.
I want you to keep what he just said and just let him spin that over.
Early 90s.
Cut that for every second.
Early 90s. Don't cut that, Granville. Don't. Come on now.
We're gonna let this ride. I want to see where he's going with this.
If you're gonna take that part, if you're gonna give us the king of the '90s, you might as well go ahead and stop because from 2007,
early '90s,
2007
Nickelodeon,
Cartoon Network is trash later on.
No,
they are garbage.
It's not true, sir.
From like 2000 to 2005,
it's just not true, sir. I'm just telling you. There's nothing I can help you. Maybe try resetting your modem.
Right now.
Reset your modem. You maybe be able to.
Y'all have Uncle Grandpa.
Do you know how much people love Adventure Time and regular show?
Do you know
how well received
let him get to
the point, man.
Hold on. Let's erase that. Let's get back to the Khari was saying. Go ahead.
Okay, so you have I don't know. It's literally 2 pages compared to the thick sheets of Cartoon Network. But go ahead, Aaron. I seen you gearing up.
You're muted.
Your mic is all the way out of there.
I can't hear you, bro.
You unplugged it. That's an L for Nickelodeon.
No,
we can't. We can't.
Dang,
Somebody just died live. Somebody just died live on us. We lost them, folks.
We can't hear you, bro.
Okay.
Oh no. Let's go ahead and keep this in the footage. It seems like he's trying to.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
All right, back. There we go. You're back. All right.
Wait, hold on. Say anything. Say something else.
Hear me now?
Yeah.
It seems like you have a loose aux cable.
Yeah, it was loose.
Okay.
Okay, so you're kind of taking away the live action stuff because you said it's Cartoon Network. But Cartoon Network did try to do live action, though, right?
What?
A few times it failed.
What did they do?
They did do live action.
They did.
What?
Destroy. They did the Destroy, Build, Destroy.
First of all, Hole in the Wall was from another network first.
No, your reaction is what we're saying.
Hole in the Wall was from another network.
What?
Hole in the Wall started on ABC Family, and Cartoon Network picked it up when it's dying. So
okay,
I mean,
so don't count because Cartoon Network picked it up. I'll keep that in mind for when we go on. Continue.
Yeah, and Nickelodeon picks up
it was
a lot
still
of its old
on our
shows.
network.
So wait. So you say Hole in the Wall don't really count because y'all had to pick it up from somewhere, right?
It's not that we listen.
Oh
I know
yeah,
what
if
you're
you
trying to
have
say.
to pick a show up from somewhere else, it doesn't count. That's
I want Khari.
If it didn't start there, no, it don't count.
This is what I'm saying. It came from another network when it was dying. We needed a spot to fill, so why not try and put it in there? People watched it.
It's not yours.
Yeah, it's trash. It's not a sitcom though. It's a game show. So how can you say it's live action, but it's not at the same quality as Sweet Life and all the other stuff? So let me go back. Let's just run through y'all cartoons that y'all have. You know, y'all have the Hey Arnold. Y'all have Rugrats. Y'all have Rocket Power. Y'all have it's just a short list. Cat and Dog.
It's Cat Dog.
Cat Dog.
It's not Cat Dog.
Whatever. I don't know how. You can throw Angry Beavers in there.
You talk about
anyone watch that?
It's not a cow.
I watched Angry Beavers. I messed with it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Cow Chick is way better than Cat Dog something.
No, that show is garbage. We're not going there. That show is trash.
Okay,
that show is trash.
Okay, so you have that's it. Those are your goated cartoons.
All right, go ahead.
In the 90s.
I can't wait. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna. This is the only thing that's saving y'all.
I can't.
That gives y'all a reason to argue in the 2000s because SpongeBob came out in 1999. If you want to use him in the 90s, go ahead. If you want to use him in the 2000s, either way. After that, it's pretty much
20 years, bro. It's been on for 2 whole decades. You can't give it one.
For half
you can't give it one generation.
Yeah, but it's been garbage for the last 10 years.
Even there's shows that are on Cartoon Network that have been on in this generation that have been trash this generation and better in last one.
So they're both trash. They're trash. They're equally trash.
Okay, so you admit that the show came in and was trash later. The whole show is garbage, right? Because I got a whole lot of examples.
No, I'm not saying the whole show is garbage. I'm just saying from the point where it's garbage, it's garbage. So if you want to count 2010 SpongeBob, it does.
It's the same show just because it was in 2010 and 2020. It doesn't make a difference. If you're going to say the show is trash, you got to say the show is trash. You can't split it for 2 generations.
So that's your regional card of the shows. You got any more of those?
Those are your goated early '90s shows. And that's pretty much all y'all ran with in the '90s. And then that's whenever cartoon. I don't want to take up the whole segment, so I'll let y'all talk. But that's when y'all got that. But after then, it's kind of downhill for y'all. Okay. On Cartoon Power.
DJ Bravo?
I'll give y'all the sitcom argument if y'all want to count it as a cartoon.
But it's not even close with the sitcom argument. Nickelodeon has that in the bag. But
yeah, because they're not cartoons.
Because we don't. Because Cartoon Network doesn't really have sitcoms. Of course, they win that.
Okay, so that was your explanation on why.
Literally called Cartoon Network.
That's your explanation as to why Nickelodeon wins in the '90s. What's your explanation for why Cartoon Network wins? Period. Like, what is your evidence?
They went all the way throughout because we have classic shows. I'm just gonna go off the list. All right, you want to hear this list? So we're gonna go through. Just so y'all know, after I said the Nickelodeons have the early '90s, so I'll say '95 to '90, or '90 to '95, whatever way. From '95 on to 2000, and it gets a little shaky around the 2000s for both sides. I still think Cartoon Network came on top, but let me just go through this list one more time. So, and again, Adult Swim doesn't count, but these shows were here before Adult Swim took establishment in 2003 or 2005. Space Ghost Coast to Coast, Dexter's Lab, Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, I Am Weasel, Powerpuff Girls, Ed, and Eddie, goated. Courage the Cowardly Dog, goated. Samurai Jack, goated. Grim and Evil, Codename Kids Next Door.
Samurai Jack Adult Swim?
No, it got
See, what are you talking about?
Let him have it.
Let him have it.
What do you mean let us have it? It was on Cartoon Network for the longest time.
It was on Adult Swim, though.
They made Adult Swim and put it on
later on.
It was before Adult Swim. Let me continue killing y'all. Codename Kids Next Door, The Grim Adventures of Bill and Mandy, Star Wars Clone Wars, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Don't matter if I watched it or not, they loved it. Camp Laszlo, My Gym Partner's a Monkey, Ben 10, Class of 3000, which is
hard.
I'll say this:
one season. Cut off for one season.
But it's such a classic show because if you're a lover of music,
one season. How was it?
If you're a lover of music, you can't say that show's trash.
I am a lover of music.
There's shows that got unfairly cut off.
Because 3K is in it.
It wasn't cut off. It wasn't cut off because it was bad.
Show.
The show wasn't good. Let's start there.
Okay. Anyway, then we'll go to Chowder. Then we'll go to. I don't think this was 90s, but it's on here. Transformers animated. Light. We'd have to see. It's not light at all.
You cannot use Transformers.
Transformers.
Again, it was on Cartoon Network.
Transformers didn't start on Cartoon Network. Transformers started on a whole nother network.
There was like multiple networks.
There was multiple different Transformers keys.
Yeah, Transformers Armada was on Cartoon Network.
It was. Well, I mean,
I was there.
Trying to discount the whole wall because he said that he got.
I said y'all can. I let y'all have it. I discounted it because it was trash. I'll take it
from somewhere else.
Anyway. It did come from somewhere else.
So what?
Right. But the Transformers, like I said,
I'll let you have it. Whatever.
No.
That's not
started here.
It's right anyway. That show's not even giving y'all any points for real. So the fact that you can have it. It's not.
Clone Wars animated series is fire, bro.
Bro? And the fan base behind Clone Wars? What are you talking about?
Star Wars has a bigger fan base than
I wasn't talking about movies. Whoa, stop. First of all, I'm not talking about Clone Wars. I'm talking about Transformers.
Well, did you say no? Whoa, stop to me saying Star Wars has a bigger
fan base than SpongeBob? You're drunk.
Yes, it does. It does.
You are
Star Wars.
Hey guys, this is why we can't have it.
Not Star Wars. The show Clone Wars specifically does not have the same fan base.
Its story is canon to the entire, all the movies, everything. People, Star Wars fans are just as in love with Clone Wars as they are with the Star Wars movies.
I know mad people that I love Star Wars that have never seen Clone Wars. Clone Wars, the show on Cartoon Network, does not count for the entire fan base of Star Wars fans.
It does. We're getting that's our 90s. That's our 90s. So, I honestly think after the early 90s, you guys have
When did Scooby-Doo come out?
Scooby-Doo came out.
I will take
early
2000s. Clone Wars.
Early 2000s at least.
Oh, that was early 2000s. Okay,
yeah, might be earlier than that.
And Codename Kids Next Door started in 2001, but other than that, everything else was 90s.
Okay.
Clone Wars is made.
You can have that opinion, but I'm just saying, like, people lost their minds whenever they made that new season. Just saying, like, and it's been hot since then. Even
Star Wars, I'm saying.
Scooby-Doo also didn't start on Cartoon Network either. It started on CBS and ABC. But y'all, I'm gonna let you have it because you want it.
Scooby-Doo is known for Cartoon Network, though.
Right.
No, it's not.
All right, Grandma or DJ?
And fine, if we can take away Scooby-Doo,
DJ
what's
go.
new Scooby-Doo? That started on that Cartoon Network.
Sure.
That is true.
Which was better?
G Money, go ahead.
No, let DJ go first. I'll hold for the time being.
Man.
Y'all gonna have to go after we made our claim because that's two of us. Y'all can't just, unload your your ammunition at the end. So it sounded like y'all had a better opinion. So we can't,
Okay, so
I don't.
First thing first. I wanted to acknowledge this because I was saying it earlier before recording. We like both networks.
We do.
I'm sure everybody here likes both networks.
Absolutely.
And this is a hard debate because I have a lot of
like watching. Never mind.
I have a lot of shows I feel is goated on Nickelodeon, but I feel like Cartoon Network just has the edge because of sheer quantity of great shows. Like when it comes to Nickelodeon, y'all have Hey Arnold, Rugrats, SpongeBob, which is a big one. Y'all have Avatar, which is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
What else do y'all have?
Fairly Odd Parents, which is good. Not a big one, but it's good.
Goated show. Let's stop.
They fell off.
Stop the cat.
They fell off though.
A lot of shows fell off.
A lot of shows.
Nickelodeon.
I said it was a great show. It's not big like SpongeBob and Avatar.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about Thundercats. Yeah, man. Oh goodness. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, the 2011 remake.
When's the last time y'all even thought about Thundercats?
Whenever it was out.
Never.
Whenever it was out.
Yeah, when it was out.
Man, when's the last time
I'm
y'all
gonna kill y'all later too.
Parents?
Y'all didn't even mention everything else. But go
When's the
ahead.
last time y'all watched Fairly Odd Parents?
When I was watching Nickelodeon.
When
I was watching Nickelodeon.
When were you last watching Nickelodeon?
When's the last time y'all watched Fanboy and
No,
Chum
you
Chum?
wasn't. You liar.
When's the last time y'all watched
Fanboy and Chum Chum? Fanboy and Chum Chum is trash.
I also wasn't watching Thundercats.
I hated that show.
Anyways, I feel like Khari already named off a whole bunch of them, but there's other ones like Batman Beyond.
Wait. Save that.
Okay.
We're going to keep that quiet.
I'm just saying, like,
it's just so much. It's just so much.
We have a huge army of great shows. Like even with Nickelodeon having some like really big popular shows, it's just not enough. It's great. I love Nickelodeon. It's just not enough to beat Cartoon Network. It's
Nickelodeon's original content. I mean, you think about Batman Beyond, Justice League, Young Justice. Y'all had to get those from places.
Sorry, I actually looked that up too, sir. The only original one you guys have are Rugrats and SpongeBob.
I really want G to go so I can disprove everything.
Yeah, I don't even think Avatar.
Y'all have to go next.
I named Avatar for y'all, but I don't even think Avatar was originally.
Yeah,
like,
he's
said he's going after DJ. What you do next? G just said
y'all gotta go next.
G just said he's going after DJ.
I heard three.
He did
two cards.
Go ahead, G.
Go ahead, G.
It's okay. Okay, go ahead.
All right, man. So my thing with Cartoon Network versus Nick, as DJ
Tom and Jerry. Oh my God. Okay.
I'm glad you said that instead of Bugs Bunny.
Okay. Let me put it this way. All these Nickelodeon shows that didn't originate with Nickelodeon. What other network are y'all watching them on?
What does that mean?
That's the same thing with Cartoon Network.
Okay, yeah, if you're gonna make that point.
No,
okay, if we're doing that, then let's do that.
What did you watch? Kids WB came on Saturdays at like what 9?
That's not exclusive to Cartoon Network.
Man, stop.
There's so much.
It came on one day a week.
There's so many things that are not exclusive to Cartoon Network. That's not even funny.
Name one more thing.
But where else? Where else were you watching them?
Name one more thing.
WB.
You are not watching. I don't know. Top.
Who's not watching WB? Who's not watching?
Can we stop the cap?
Who's not watching Kids WB?
Kids WB came on Saturdays.
That doesn't change the fact that we wasn't watching. That's what we went to watch Saturday cartoons. We saw Saturday cartoons on Kids WB.
What are you watching throughout the week?
Y'all was sharing with other networks.
What are you watching throughout the week?
Y'all was sharing
until
with
you
other
get to Saturday.
Whatever's on during the week.
Okay, you only have one day on Saturday that came on and had
that
one
doesn't
slot.
Change the fact that the show is not exclusive on that network. Y'all can't.
Aaron just said, what do you know Batman be on for?
I need you to go because I really want to get my points out. Go ahead, G. All right, man.
But you can't have conversations with irrational.
Okay. Anyway, as DJ was saying, I like both networks. I enjoy a lot of shows on both networks. I watched both of them growing up as a kid.
Nah, we come in Cartoon Network. I hate Nickelodeon for real.
Mm-hmm.
I find Cartoon Network better because even though they both had goated shows, I feel like Cartoon Network, even over time, after time is going on, like after the 90s, the early 2000s, the 2010s, I feel like Cartoon Network has consistently still had better shows than Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon is thriving off the fumes of SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents' dying breath, and they both fell off halfway through the decades that they came out in.
Say it again for the people in the back.
Mm-hmm.
SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents fell off.
Where's my pencil at? Let me write this stuff down.
Okay.
I
gotta address all of this stuff. But keep going.
All right.
Y'all still playing old SpongeBob 90s and 2000 episodes.
No. Every right now. Continue, Granville.
Look, SpongeBob fell off after the first SpongeBob movie. After that, the character the show started declining in quality of episodes. Fairly Odd Parents, Cosmo got pregnant and had a baby.
Wow.
Yeah,
It fell off.
Sorry, sir.
Fell off. That's what Nick's doing right now. What other shows you got running right now?
I can't wait. Go ahead.
What has got Nick going on right now? Cartoon Network.
I don't know what both of them got going on right now.
Cartoon Network
we got a list right now out for that's out right now. I got that.
I got a list for you.
I knew you were gonna go.
Y'all are not looking good right now on Cartoon Network, so I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. If you're gonna use 2020 as an example and evidence for this, you're looking very bad right now. Like y'all are.
Gonna say Teen Titans Go?
Absolutely.
Okay, let me ask you something. Did you watch Shatter all the way through? Did you watch Adventure Time, a regular show, all the way through?
Nobody watched
Adventure Time all the way through. Fell off?
Nobody. Adventure Time fell off immediately. Adventure Time had one good season and fell off immediately. Immediately.
What is that?
What show?
No.
Adventure Time had one good season and fell off immediately.
There's people that mess with
Just
Adventure
because you didn't watch it does not mean it didn't fall off.
You know that Adventure Time.
I feel like you're talking from an opinion that is just you.
But we're all talking.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about everybody's opinion. The show was not good after season 1.
It's not everybody's opinion, bro. There's
That's
so many Adventure Time.
people's opinion.
Outside of just my opinion, the fan base behind Adventure Time is massive.
Yeah,
I didn't say
for all seasons.
I didn't say.
But there is no fan base on any for those Cartoon Network shows that can match the Nickelodeon shows because the Nickelodeon shows all were able to reach heights that went way higher than any of those Cartoon Network shows, and that is evident by what was in theaters. I mean, you think about Rugrats, that was in movie theaters. Yes, that was in movie theaters. That means that it was popular enough.
So it's cool again as a movie? Because Teen Titans Go had a movie, sir. So does that mean
the show was trash, man? The show was garbage.
It's hot.
Man, like this argument can work two ways.
I'm glad you brought that up, right? Nickelodeon had Rugrats going to movie theaters, and it was box office, and it was #1 for the weekend that it came out. Now, where was Teen Titans Go on there?
In the early 90s, we said, listen, I said.
Okay, but you talking about early 90s. I'm talking about Granville and DJ. They talking about overall, okay? Now you have SpongeBob. SpongeBob's the same thing. You think of the cultural impact of SpongeBob? Y'all don't have nothing that's popular as SpongeBob.
The Rugrats movie came out in like 2000.
Did I say Rugrats? I said SpongeBob. I said.
Want to piggyback.
You was talking about Rugrats
not
earlier.
An Aaron dispute.
I know. I'm talking about SpongeBob now.
Not an Aaron dispute.
Bugs Bunny is definitely the same.
Absolute trash. Bugs Bunny is horrible. Bugs Bunny is one of the worst shows ever created on Cartoon
It's okay if you didn't watch it.
That Meat Canyon remake that I was talking about last week, the little creepy video, I got more entertainment out of that video than I've ever watched out of the entire.
Hey, before we go further, I just want to say
that one's a true opinionated one.
I just want to say this from the perspective of a person who hates Teen Titans.
Bugs Bunny paved the way for SpongeBob to make it here, sir.
No, he didn't.
It paved the way for a lot of
different types of shows.
As a person who hates Teen Titans Go, just want to say that the movie made $52.1 million USD in the box office with a $10 million USD budget. 69% on Metacritic, 91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm gonna go ahead and do
I'm just gonna say. I'm just gonna say. Even if I hate that cartoon and they doing those numbers, how are you gonna use the movie argument?
You know the demographic of that 50 million that watched that movie? They're 5-year-olds.
They're kids. It's made for kids.
They've never seen
kids. SpongeBob's made for kids.
They've never seen good cartoons.
Now y'all trying to argue like whether it's a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old.
Anyway, I'll give y'all that movie because it did do great. Now that Aaron gets to prove this point, I want to go back to DJ's point like 20 minutes ago about the quantity, the sheer amount of shows that Cartoon Network has. Yeah, y'all got a lot of great shows. I can list off a bunch of them. Y'all have amazing shows and a lot of them. But y'all have more trash than y'all have good shows.
No, sir.
No, what are you talking about?
There's a list of absolute garbage that y'all
give
have.
it to us.
My gym partner's a monkey.
No.
Trash. Camp Laszlo. Trash show. Camp Laszlo is trash.
DJ.
You're killing me.
DJ.
You're killing me.
You're crazy. You're crazy. I love you to death.
Almost everything in the current lineup of Cartoon Network right now, Steven's Universe, trash.
Making money.
Trash. Uncle Grandpa, trash. Like, I literally can go on for days about the amount of duds y'all have over the amount of good. And y'all do have
you go on for days then.
Y'all have goats, but it's not enough to cover the trash y'all have.
Now, for days.
Let's go over the Nickelodeon.
I think you're literally dog paddling in the water and you don't know what you're saying.
You have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah, you're high out your mind.
You call Camp Laszlo
trash.
Camp Laszlo is fire.
You don't know what you're talking about
that's
anymore.
debatable. That's debatable.
Camp
Laszlo is not debatable. You know it's not debatable though.
What?
You know it's not debatable.
That is trash.
I said any show that y'all want to talk about right now is opinion based and debatable if y'all want to say it's good or it's trash.
I guess you're right about that.
But what's not debatable is that Avatar went on Netflix and was in the top 10 for 60 straight weeks, which is a Netflix record. Now, there is not one Cartoon Network show that could do that.
Because we didn't put them on there.
There's not one Cartoon Network show that's beating SpongeBob either.
And Eddie.
Man, listen, man, Keith is a SpongeBob fan because he likes the memes. SpongeBob, if it wasn't for the memes, you wouldn't be carrying SpongeBob as hard as you are.
Eddie is goated. Let me be clear about that. Eddie is one of the greatest cartoons I've ever seen. It is not beating SpongeBob.
I didn't say SpongeBob.
SpongeBob is one of the most watched and most quoted cartoons ever to exist.
Once again, Khari, because of memes.
No, it's not. It's Khari because of the show was good for 20 years. That's why the show is
okay, but the memes is also brings
it impacted society.
I'm not gonna argue SpongeBob because y'all are absolutely right.
Hold on. It impacted SpongeBob the cartoon.
People make memes out of real life situations with SpongeBob.
I will not argue SpongeBob. SpongeBob is up there.
I ain't gonna argue. That is one of the greatest shows of all time.
I already acknowledge that.
Yeah, but Griffin gonna be like, it's for kids. All the cartoons are for kids.
They are.
That's what I said.
You can't.
I said that.
He was saying because he was debating what he said.
Because he said what's the audience that was targeted towards the movie.
Avatar.
Let me clear that point, Grandma. My point is saying that the 50 million that movie made, it was the demographic of people that watch that are 12-year-olds that have never.
There's no demographic. It's a kid show. There doesn't need to be a demographic.
Listen to my question.
We were watching the SpongeBob movie. We were kids.
Let him finish.
Listen to my answer before we start wilding out. Teen Titans Go is made for a demographic of people under 18 years old, correct? Everybody that's seen Teen Titans Go, the ones that went to go watch that movie, are ones that have never seen the full landscape of what real cartoons and what Cartoon Network is. So if they're going to see that movie, they don't know what the actual good cartoons are. So just because that movie did good doesn't mean that the ones that want to go see that movie know what the measuring stick for what good is. They're young kids that don't know what real cartoons are.
I don't think that's a fair thing to say because you don't know who went to see those movies.
I mean, the thing is, though, you can say that for the cartoons we grew up with. I remember like Aaron saying his dad doesn't like the cartoons that we grew up with. You don't feel they're as good as the cartoons that he grew up with. You know, I feel like that's a generational argument. I mean, the movies that came out for cartoons on Nickelodeon was also intended for kids as well.
Sorry, your camera popped off.
Back.
That's a good point, G.
I just wanted to say, hold on, real quick. Gravel, your point, you make a good point about that, and I like that. Why? Because just like you say, people from the past might not like those shows that are on right now, or shows that we were just talking about. I mean, you can say the same for, you say SpongeBob was on the decline, but maybe that's outside of our now mature demographic.
Okay.
Maybe people are under us. People like that. And you talking about, I just wanted to make this point real quick because you was talking about box office, right? Now, you say Teen Titans Go to like 50 million box office, right?
Yeah, 52.
The first Rugrat, 52 million box office.
The orange nigga.
That can't reach anything when it comes to as the popular the Rugrats that I was saying.
I mean, the point I was making with that, was that the movie still did big numbers, even if it's not as big.
The point I'm
now continue.
Those numbers are nowhere close to the Nickelodeon show's numbers. Rugrats, 140.9 million. I know you even want to hear SpongeBob.
I want to piggyback off that point.
It don't matter if you want to hear SpongeBob because I'm gonna tell you real quick. SpongeBob is 352 million.
Crazy.
Yes.
That point that Aaron has made about the shows on Nickelodeon and the movies that they do not doing anywhere near close to the number that Cartoon Network is doing, that's one of my main points in this entire argument. Yes, Cartoon Network has goats. Yes, Nickelodeon has goats. But the sheer level of goats, like the scale is off. When we talk about goats on Nickelodeon, we talk about SpongeBob, we're talking about Fairly Odd Parents, we're talking about like he just said, Rugrats. Like these shows are like some of the best cartoons ever created. We don't have that with Cartoon Network. You got, and by the way, y'all didn't even name one of the quote unquote best shows that y'all have over there. And one of my unpopular opinions, and y'all are going to hate me for it, but I feel like I hear this opinion a lot. Codename Kids Next Door is one of the best shows that y'all have.
You named Kids Next Door.
I did name it.
Yeah, we definitely named that.
I didn't hear it. My bad. Codename Kids Next Door is probably one of the worst shows on that network. Like as a show in general, do you know how Codename Kids Next Door ended? You know how Codename Kids Next Door ended? Number one he had to go to the Galactic Kids Next Door that we heard nothing about.
This is your man, Aaron.
Stop adultery. I am going to be off my side for this.
And that's his prerogative.
Codename Kids Next Door.
I had to get some Pop-Tarts just to digest this BS you just said. I'm sorry.
Final comments, guys.
That was my main point, that the goats on Nickelodeon are just way higher than the goats on Cartoon Network.
Anyone got closing statements?
Cartoon Network over next.
I'll say this. Y'all have 5. Just because y'all have 5 heavy goats are heavy, I still think if we have 10 or to 15 goated shows, we still win because they're all goated.
You made that same point with the Drake and Kendrick debate. You said that if you're not as high as Kendrick is or higher the ceiling is,
I'm not
doing good, that you're better.
I told y'all he's a bigger Drake fan than me. He's a bigger Drake fan than me.
You always say that. Like if you're never winning if you're underneath. If you're underneath but consistently doing all right, that doesn't make you the best. It means
didn't say that. I literally said we have 15 goated.
I watched it today. I'll put it up and show you.
You watched the Drake argument today?
This morning. I watched it today.
You're obsessed. You're obsessed, Quise.
I watched it today.
Stop it. You gotta find some.
Watch his top 5.
All right, look.
Yeah,
I just feel like the variety that Nickelodeon has, and also it's not just the quality or the quantity of shows, but the fan base that the Nickelodeon shows were able to accumulate tells you how popular and how good those shows must have been if they were able to accumulate that type of hype to be able to go up to the next level, not just the network, but to the box office. And to do as well as
One last question. Do you count Dragon Ball Z on Cartoon Network? Because we didn't even get that.
It was on Toonami.
Look, if y'all want to say that's
y'all don't have Dragon Ball Z.
If we count Dragon Ball Z, then
where did it start?
Dragon Ball Z.
Where did it go to in America before it came in?
Before we started this debate, we already said that y'all do not have Dragon Ball Z. So why are we even bringing this into the debate?
Why did we say that we don't have Dragon Ball Z?
Because we said that
we didn't say that at all. We didn't have that argument.
We said that you didn't have Toonami, and it started on Toonami. So if you don't have Toonami, why are we bringing this into the debate? You don't have that.
I thought we didn't say we didn't have Adult Swim.
No, we said you don't have Toonami we said Toonami and Adult Swim. We said it specifically.
Then Teen Nick doesn't count for Sweet Life and all that.
I didn't even count Teen Nick. So you're saying because it went on a different branch, but it started on Nick, that it went over somewhere else, it doesn't count? It started on Nickelodeon. Is my favorite cartoon. Drake and Josh started on Nickelodeon.
I didn't say that, but it's still Teen Nick though.
But it started on Nick, and then it went over there after.
But my thing is, Cartoon Network is Toonami.
If y'all have Samurai Jack when they start, or Scooby Doo when they started on a different place that came over there, no, we have Drake and Josh, and I don't even think y'all have nothing better than Drake and Josh, to be honest with you.
Well, I think we were talking about the prime.
I need no more Pop-Tarts, man.
Right, that's okay. Y'all might have Teen Titans. The original Teen Titans might be the only thing that y'all have to rival Drake and Josh. Drake and Josh is probably better than everything except for that. Drake and Josh is winning.
Keith's like young, curly hair boys.
Any other closing statement?
My closing statement. I love Cartoon Network and Nick. I'm gonna say it again. I think Cartoon Network, I have it over Nick because I feel like Nick had fallen off sooner than Cartoon Network had fallen off. Yeah, Cartoon Network now is not as great as
hold on,
kids. But
okay,
I still think in the current era they have better shows going currently than Nick has currently, on top of what we had going when they was both in their prime. Therefore, I'm gonna say Cartoon Network.
Hey man, we forgot about Pokemon, but we can stop it. We can stop right here.
I don't know.
Sorry. Yep. Listen, I'm even willing to give y'all the argument because I did not bring up Pokemon. But I'm sorry.
If you put Pokemon in the whole Avatar argument, kind of gets flipped.
That's my fault.
I forgot about that one.
But we forgot about Pokemon.
Bam.
If you count Pokemon, that whole Avatar argument.
But that one was to the jaw right there.
That's my mistake. I apologize.
That one was to the jaw right there.
Nick is better than Cartoon Network. I'm sorry. Yeah. But, sorry.
Here's my closing argument.
Yeah, go ahead.
My closing argument is, again, this is no disrespect to either network.
I don't have Pokemon.
Television, the W. Can you hold it straight?
What?
Thank you.
Let DJ get his closing.
Where'd you watch Pokemon, Keys?
It says television that first aired. Television said Pokemon.
Come on, slow down.
Television said Pokemon first aired September 1995 on the WB television network. It did not start on.
Hang on.
First of all,
hang on. Let me say something.
That one too,
Let me say something real quick, because if we rewind this, we'll go back to the comment where Aaron made, where he was talking about that the show that you watched it on this network. You didn't watch it on no W, whatever that was. You watched it on Cartoon Network.
Pokemon on Kids WB. Absolutely, you did.
You watched it on Cartoon Network. Keith, stop it.
You definitely watched it on Kids
Anyways,
WB. Be wrong.
Anyways,
let him finish.
Be wrong.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. Breaking news. Can I share the screen? Can I share the screen somehow? Hold on one second. I don't know if we can. Can I? Oh, you got to give me host privileges, but I'll just do this. I looked up on Google. Cartoon Network Studios is an American animation studio owned by Warner Brothers. So sorry, we do have it. We have everything from Warner Brothers as well. So we can stop it.
That's not wrong. That's a whole other network. That's wrong. It's still wrong. That's a whole other network. That's wrong.
It's owned by WB.
It's not on Cartoon Network. That's incorrect.
It's a subsidiary.
Stop it.
It started on a whole other network. That is incorrect.
It's not on other network if it's owned by the same network.
It wasn't the same network.
Their checks don't get cut different ways. They get a check from WB. Cartoon Network's checks say WB on them. Stop it.
It's an entirely.
We can even count
network.
Sonic now.
We're
but we don't really
about
want to do that to y'all.
Network versus Nickelodeon. You can't
count Sonic now. We don't really want to do that to y'all.
Look,
there's like 3 different Batman series.
Keith is right. Right. We are talking Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon, but you still watch Pokemon on Cartoon Network.
And Kids WB.
Which is Cartoon?
Nobody watches Kids WB.
It's not Cartoon Network, Khari. That's not.
Well, let DJ get his closing.
Yeah, my final thought is, a lot of the things that we were talking about, you guys mentioned SpongeBob a lot, but I feel like it kind of turned into a SpongeBob versus Cartoon Network. We're talking about the networks, Nickelodeon versus Cartoon Network. There is a lot more on Cartoon Network that is goated. Like Khari was saying, we just have a lot more. Y'all see this, like y'all have SpongeBob. It's like it brings y'all all the way up here, and then we have like Batman Beyond, and then Ed and Eddie, and then other shows, and then y'all got the Rugrats that brings you up more, something else more and more, but we still have more that just takes us above y'all. I feel like just from the sheer quantity of great shows, goated shows, Cartoon Network is taking it.
I feel like y'all don't know what closing statements mean. Y'all are adding more arguments. That's okay.
Say, y'all, I closed my statement.
I closed that one.
My closing statement is I think that Nickelodeon is the better network because, as you said, they both have a lot of sheer quantity. The amount of quantity that Cartoon Network has as far as goated shows is amazing, but the amount of duds they have is also amazing. They have a lot of garbage. And when Nickelodeon has almost nothing, I'm going to say almost nothing. They have majority of their shows are goated. And when I say goated, I mean some of the best shows ever existing in life. So the fact that we have all of those goats, I don't think it's really that clear. I actually have Nickelodeon winning by literally the slightest edge, but I have Nickelodeon winning. Now, I do want to say this because
you talk about closing statements, Aaron.
It's a closing.
That's y'all side. That's y'all side.
It's a closing statement.
Do closing statements.
He said all those goats. Y'all have a handful of goats.
But you let him say. You say that you cut him off.
Stop the cat. It's not
y'all have a handful of goats.
Stop the cat.
Y'all have 5
Pop-tarts.
That was my closing argument.
No, I didn't get mine. So look, all I'm gonna say is Cartoon over Nickelodeon. I'm not even counting Batman Beyond. If we're just going strictly off the 90s, we have literally 10 shows that are probably go down on y'all history list, on all of our lists, where y'all have SpongeBob, Rugrats. I'm not turning on Rugrats anytime soon. I'll turn on Ed and Eddie. I'll turn on
I'm not turning on Cat Dog or Rugrat or what's the last show you just named? I'm Angry Beavers either.
Those are all from Nickelodeon.
Not turning on Cat Dog.
Just let him close it out.
Nah.
He literally said, "I'm not turning on any of these Nickelodeon shows that you just said." You finished yourself. Go ahead. I'm done. You just killed yourself.
All right.
You just sacrifice yourself.
We love both, but obviously we have some strong opinions on which we like better. Let us know which ones you think are better.
Let us know, please.
Anyway, you know what irritates me is whenever my wife leaves and don't text me, and I don't know what's going on. So let's talk about texting etiquette. What are some of your pet peeves when texting? Well, it could be texting anyone, really. What are your pet peeves with texting? But specifically when texting a girl.
For me, and the main thing, and I'm pretty sure this is common for most people, when you text me back a week later, and that's an exaggeration, but like hours later, and then come back.
I'm trying not to laugh, but his laughter is killing me.
So I texted him.
She texted me back. There, bro. Go ahead.
I texted her at 3:00, asked her how her day was. She texted me back at 7:30 and say, "Oh, my day was cool. Like nothing happened." Like that makes me so mad. Like if you don't acknowledge the fact that I'm
can be busy too.
How you are, and oh my, that pisses me off.
But like say that, like you know what I mean. Like you could be busy, but like don't come back with the I'm good. Like, I'm good. I'm sorry.
Like, thanks. You was better off not texting me back. Like, you could have just not texted me than texting me that. Like, like, why? Either that or when they're like, they just can't hold a conversation for nothing. And you're carrying the whole conversation on your back, trying to get this conversation to continue. And now you feel like a chump because she's not trying to continue the conversation, but you are. So it's like, if you don't want to text me, don't text me, though. Like that's
that is one thing because like
I'm on the side of don't waste my time.
Facts.
Like,
don't waste my time. My thing is,
I feel like this is for everybody. See, I don't want to talk to nobody. Just say you don't want to talk to. I don't like you. Yeah. I don't like you. I don't want to talk to you like that. We can be friends though.
Doing it.
Let somebody know immediately. I feel like the waste of the time thing
That's annoying, bro.
I've always told everybody that ask me about relationship advice or anything like that, and I'm not saying hundreds of people ask me, but I'm just like, yo, just put it out there. Like I'm the king of like, you like me, I like you, and they'd be like, nah. I'm like, all right, cool. Like keep moving. Like it don't have to be that long.
I wish I was more like that, Khari, but I can't be that way.
For real.
I mean, I know a lot of people can't do it, but my thing is like,
it's tough. It is.
The more you talk, the more how long you let feelings develop, the more you get a vibe, and then you're like, I like you. Then the more it hurts when they be like, oh, I thought you were just a cousin or a friend.
You know what I mean? Like, I agree with Khari wholeheartedly. I'll never agree with Khari, but I agree with Khari wholeheartedly on this. Like, if you wasting our time, there's nothing worse than wasting our time. Like I'm king of, I'll put it out there. If I like you, I'm gonna tell you off rip because I don't want to just continue this whole long conversation of me trying to find out how you are and you can hit me back with I'm cool, I'm okay.
Now, this is also me saying take your time, get to know the person. You know what I mean? But my thing is not like day one. I'm not coming out like marry me. Like nah.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. That's the thing though.
Marry me.
Obviously, not none of that. Like, it's obviously conversations that happen when you build.
That was Grandpa's juice game back in the day.
I'm from Macy's.
I was like the dude off of. I was like Hillary's dude off of Fresh Prince.
Will you just don't waste time?
Jumping off bridges for women.
If you don't want to text me, don't text me. Tell me. Like,
you remembered it.
I was kind of dark, actually. Now I think
that was super dark. Hillary, will you marry? I'm like, damn.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I was cracking up at KO.
That part had me screaming.
But here's the thing, though. Y'all are saying don't waste my time, right?
Yeah.
But like, not everybody you text you like know the other person's intentions. Like,
of course, that's a fact. And you're right about that. I agree, but you know, when you're
like
somebody, when you're texting somebody, especially if you've been texting somebody like a girl or a shorty. Like, you know what it is. Both of y'all know what it is. So if you get the vibe of she's not trying to entertain your conversations, but you're still trying to make a conversation to be entertained, like, you know by the response that you're getting back if she wants to talk to you or not. Like,
and this goes into my pet peeve. This wasn't supposed to be a relationship topic, but what happened to DJ? Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
This goes with anybody. If I'm texting you and you don't put an emoji or an expression, I hate that.
Really?
I don't know if you laughing.
Emojis mean a lot.
I can't tell.
Like if they just say LOL.
If somebody texts me, be like, "What you doing?"
Don't LOL me.
And then also the people that leave people in suspense. Aaron leaves me in suspense every time we're texting, and it burns me up to the core. Aaron be like, "Yo, bro, what you doing right now?" And I'm like, "What's up? Am I ratting out? What's up? What's going on?"
He's gonna hit you back for like 2 hours.
And he be like, "None, I'm on the game. What you doing?" What are we talking about? I'm like, what is going on?
I be hitting people up like, red alert.
Aaron be like, let me call you right now. And then he be like,
my bad.
You know what?
That's probably my biggest peeve.
I left my wallet in my car. I'll call you right back in 2 minutes. Like, what?
Like, it is what it is. Like, if you want to text me, by all means, text me. Especially if you text me first. If you text me first and I reply and I try to have a conversation with you and you just not continuing it, like LOL is not a response. Like, that's not a response.
That's actually what I was going to say was one of my biggest pet peeves is like when you text me.
Facts.
And then I'm like, yeah, what's up? This can go for women or one of my boys. Like, don't hit me up and then be like, yeah, what's up? And then you'd be like,
Exactly.
like, what do you mean?
You don't even talk to me.
Or if you take too long to text me back after you just text me and then I text you back and then you like take like an hour or so, like did you just die in that 5 minutes? Like what happened to you?
Dead conversation. So
if you seem interested and I'm replying back,
stuff.
And then you
that infuriates me.
Forever
or if you DMing somebody and they just double tap. Like and don't continue the conversation, but they like.
That's why you gotta get
I take that as a curve.
You gotta respond.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, you gotta respond.
Like,
you might want to leave them alone.
Don't ever.
I'll like your comment back and still not say nothing.
Facts. Don't ever text me or hit me up and then don't continue the conversation when I reply to what you said. Because now I look like a chump, and I'm not trying to look like a chump. Like, get out of here with that.
For those
he said my personal image is at stake.
For those who do text back late, who are like me and sometimes texting isn't the first thing you man, to get back to people. Just whenever you're texting, so if you think there might be some interest there, just in your replies, make sure you don't have nothing saucy in there. If it's just like a how you doing, you should be like how you doing. Don't waste their time and be like, what's how you been, big head, or just. Don't waste it. Don't juice them up.
Big head is crazy. Big head is so misleading for real. So it can be like an actual roast order trying to be saucy, and it's like you don't really know what it is.
I have never been called big head.
Like if you don't have no intention,
I've been called corn boy and corn other associated things.
What's up, corn boy?
If someone is texting you that you don't want them to be texting you, how do you deal with that? You just be like, no, thank you. Like, what do you say back?
I am the king of no thank you.
If they continue to persist, like
straight up.
So no, someone texts you like, "What's up?" You're just like,
I can find a couple of no thank yous in my phone.
No, if I'm dealing with somebody
like drinking Selena Powell,
I'm gonna keep it a bean. If I text them, or if somebody's texting me that I don't want to text me, 9 times out of 10, my response will literally be, "I don't want to continue this." Like whatever I say, if they ask me how my day was, I'd be like, "Cool," period. Like, or I just leave them on red. Like, I don't, because I don't want to be the one.
That's heartless, man.
Like, I don't want to be like, I don't want to text you.
Look. I've learned from my past work experience how to have hard conversations, man. I'll just be honest. I'll be like, hey, I appreciate the interest, but at this time, I don't think that this will be a suitable, you know what I mean? Or just be like, I don't really want to talk.
He talk like a manager.
I'll be like, or I don't really think.
That's whatever
or
that
like
40-year-old lady pulled up on Granville. Let's talk about that.
What 40-year-old lady?
Whoa.
The convention.
You got an old lady pull up on you?
Well, we don't know. We don't gotta say names, but
this is news to me.
When me and Aaron were standing there, and this sister came up and was like, "Oh, she think you cute." And we was like, me? And she was like, no. And then we was like, Aaron? And she was like, no. And then we both looked at Granville like, oh, gee. And she was Granville. And then we turned around and it was straight somebody's mom.
She looked wicked. No.
He
said
definitely looked like she'll cradle you. That's what I said. I just hold him like.
She was like biological timer going.
He definitely got a sippy cup for you.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, but I don't know. I'd be like, see, I've had issues with that. Like, I'm just like, if I don't want to talk to someone and they was texting me, I just be like, yes.
So, how do y'all handle risky text? Like, so we'll do both. How do you handle receiving a risky text?
Okay, so let's define when we say risky text, we say like saying something of significance, like
yes,
it means dipping your toe in that water.
Not risque.
You texting the water with the conversation.
Yeah, we're not saying nothing. We're not saying anything hot on the podcast.
Listen.
We're not saying send her your chest hairs.
We're testing the water to see where this conversation is going to lead.
I mean, I'll say I like if I really feel that way about somebody, I'm gonna just be direct and just be like, hey, I like you, or what's the potential of this or that or whatever.
No.
Full send.
That's a full send.
Because if it don't work out, I learn right then and there, and then it could just stop.
That's okay, I put it out there. I don't think that's a full send.
I'm gonna be real, and actually, I want to say like I respect all y'all because y'all seem like the people that except for Aaron and Khari because they're married now, but y'all seem like y'all the type that would just hit them with it. But I'm not that guy. Like I'm gonna keep talking to you till I'm for sure like till you say something.
No,
like,
I'm gonna talk for a while till I feel a way, and then after that, I'm gonna just say it.
That's it. Like if we're having conversations like every other day, and we're having like great conversations, I'll just like one day if I'm feeling something, I'll be like, I'll put it out there. Like I'm feeling you.
I need to like I'm just the guy. I need to be sure. I need to be sure. Like when I say it, you say yes.
What time? The time is different, man. Like it can't.
I send my risky text from 12:25 to around the 2 o'clock hour.
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
And you gotta be.
And it's always like. It's always my risky text always was started like Man, that function was popping. I seen your little outfit. You was looking cute. You know what I'm saying? And it's always either if the typing bubbles come back, seal the deal.
Like immediately,
that's a fact. Yeah. If she's responding, she feels something.
Yeah,
like
it might be the opposite though.
It could be. There was a couple times where it was like,
bro, I've had one.
She texts you back.
I've had one that I did that too, and she tried to play like innocent, like she didn't know what I was talking about, like what I was trying to get at.
The risky text,
like you know what I'm saying.
DJ was like, that booty is popping.
Like corn.
That frame is crazy. Nah,
it's popping.
The risky text,
they do have a time frame though. Like the risky text, like it can't be before 10 p.m. It got to be nighttime. Like
for me, it's centered around her schedule. Like when she's free, so I know I know you got time. So it's like either you don't know what to say or like
I don't know.
I know when you're readily available.
I can't send a risky text at noon. Like that just now you got all day to think about the text. Like I don't know how I'm
afternoon delights be amazing.
Facts.
I don't know, but like I'm more like DJ. I was more like DJ to like I wouldn't send no risky text until I had like 3 pieces of evidence that told me that you was with it.
Now, how do you handle receiving risky text? Like if somebody shoots their shot at you.
I go fully back 100%.
I'd be like, I know.
Yeah.
I
think as a man, it's like
depending on how you feel.
You feel good.
Like what's up?
Yeah, like let's get it. You feeling good? Like
what's up?
You feeling right when you get hit with one of them risky texts. You like, all right, I'm with it. But whenever I get one, it's like I be flattered as heck, but then I gotta go through the whole like everything about, and I guess it depends on who I'm getting it from. If I'm getting it from somebody that I also feel the same way about, I text back immediately. But if it's somebody that I don't really like, why are you texting me this? I'm probably leaving that on red.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want to sound like insensitive, but like looks is also a factor. Like I have to see what you look like.
Absolutely.
If it's some random girl that hits me and is like what's going on over there? What's okay?
Yeah.
Never
it can't
mind.
be no duds. It can't be no duds.
Yikes!
Shout out to all my queens though.
Cancel DJ.
No, women are the same way.
We love all women over here.
Shout out all my queens. Y'all are all beautiful.
Shout out all the queens and kings, and women are the same way. They care about looks.
Y'all care about looks too, so don't act like y'all don't.
Yeah. Let's leave the cap out the door.
Here's one more question though.
We don't like lawnmowers.
About texting etiquette. Okay, so you text.
Go ahead,
you text whoever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they take however long to text you back, right?
Okay.
How long do you text back after they text you back? Like how fast is your response? Like you hitting them right back with it? Or you gotta wait.
So if I'm actually like free and I know like I have a bunch of time, I'm gonna still text back, quick. If it's a continued pattern of late responses back, then I'm going to reciprocate that energy. I'm gonna start taking a little bit longer to text back. But if I see you start picking up more, I'm gonna pick up more, but if you take longer, I'm gonna take longer.
I agree with you. I feel like it also depends on what we're talking about. Like if we're having a really good conversation, like it's funny and everything, we laughing and enjoying this conversation, I'm gonna text back quickly. But if it's a thing where it's like, oh, I'm chilling watching TV, I'm playing the game. Like if it's a bland conversation, like I'm probably gonna not look at that text for a little bit. Like
there's even times where I'm like fully immersed in a conversation. I don't know. I feel like other people do this too, but like. You know how like it'll pop up like red on the thing, right?
Yeah.
I will like click out of it and like see your notification and then just wait. Even though I'm completely immersed in this conversation, I'll just wait. I don't want you to see me like see it red immediately.
You don't want to.
That's toxic.
I mean, I get the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe I get a benefit of the doubt. Like maybe you are actually busy, so I'm gonna still reply back fast for a little bit. But, if it continues happening, then, because, I mean, it's nothing to say, oh, hey, I'm a little busy right now, or, or hold up a second, I'm doing this or whatever. It ain't nothing to say that real quick, just to let me know and be respectful.
You would think, but there's a lot of situations where people just don't give you that courtesy. Like, I'm busy.
This almost ended me and Ayana's relationship. Because it's for real. I was hitting her up 24/7. We was vibing, but we weren't dating. And she kept saying like, "Oh, I'm not interested." And I'm like, "But you will be." So we kept talking. We kept talking. Then there's one day, like, she kept telling me, like, I got frustrated. She was like, "Yeah, like, I just don't feel like I really want to do this." And I was like, "All right, cool. That's cool. Let's move." So I'm texting her this one day. I hit her up. I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" She don't hit me back all day. And I was like, "Got it." I didn't hit her up for the I don't double text. You're not getting a double text.
That's crazy. Don't double text.
Then never.
That's crazy.
Then she hits me back and she's like, "What happened to you?" And I'm out here like, oh, she's really out of her mind. Like, she thought I was gonna keep texting her and see what's up. You know what I mean? I was like, "Oh, you crazy? What are you talking about?" I was like, "You didn't hit me back up, so I'm not gonna hit you back up." And then she sent me screenshots of her actually texting me throughout the day, checking on me, and I was like, "Okay,
crazy.
All right."
You wasn't receiving it.
So yeah, so receive.
That's a crazy one. Like, right there.
I was like, it was like, I was literally like not moving on, but I was just like, yeah, you know what? Like, I don't.
Have y'all ever gotten? I got that too. Like, how do you feel about when you get them from the chick that you're texting? I'm not comfortable with doing this right now, or I'm trying to work on myself. Which working on yourself is fantastic, but they keep texting you though. Like when they tell you, "I'm not trying to do this," but they keep texting you. How do you handle it?
You gotta establish a boundary.
Be done. Yeah.
Like
until you through that boundary.
If you don't want to do this, perfectly fine. If you're working on yourself, great. I'm glad. But don't keep texting me though. If that's not that you want something. Like if you don't
questions are key. Questions are always key. Yeah. My thing is, are you working on something so you can be with me, or are you working on something just so you could just do your own thing? If you need to do your own thing, huh?
No, go ahead.
You're coming. Like my thing is like, just be if you working on yourself, like me texting you right now is not a good place. We're cool. I'll hit you up every so often. I'm not hitting you up.
We're homies. We're cool.
I'm not hitting you up every day.
I'm not.
And girl, people on both sides that do that, it just make like we ain't silly no more. Either you getting over somebody or you trying to see somebody that you already see yourself with.
No, I mean, do you think you
that
could
be?
I'm sorry. Huh? Do you think you could legitimately? Yeah, you're right. You can finish it. I'm sorry.
Forget you. How about that? You know what? Forget this whole podcast. You know what?
I'm done.
I'm done. Okay? I'm done. So it's like,
I think that's 3 walkouts so far.
You say yeah? Ayana over here disrespecting me.
What's up, Ayana?
Oh, so that's the story. You ended up marrying her.
What?
It worked out.
I'm not married.
It worked out.
That was my take on Etiquette.
It didn't work out.
I never. What you gonna say, DJ?
No, let G say since he wanted to interrupt before. Yeah.
I was going to ask, do you legitimately feel like you could be friends with somebody who's in that space, like where they're saying, "Oh, well, I'm not interested," or "I'm doing me," or whatever? Do you feel like you could be friends with somebody?
Yeah.
I feel like you gotta back off.
There's a limit to it. Like, yeah,
I can't. Like, if I'm 100%, like I'm feeling you and I like you, and you're like, yeah, I like you too, but I just gotta be friends with you right now.
Thanks.
I have to go all the way back.
At that point, you're kind of hurting yourself because like you feel this way, but like it's not reciprocated. So then it's like, man,
if I text away,
and I'm not saying like that in the mean way. Like y'all can still build, and like it ain't just homies still.
It's not that.
But if you're doing something for yourself, do it for yourself. And then like if you're like, oh, maybe later, you can't get mad on him at the same time. Where he's like, oh, that's all you wanted from me. Yes, I wanted to date you and eventually, get with you.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean. Like that should be a compliment. And if he respects you enough to fall back because he can't handle himself in a way that it wouldn't affect y'all friendship and relationship, y'all should end on a good note. Like, y'all can still be friends. Like y'all can text. You know, I mean, man,
there's nothing wrong with them responses. I actually encourage if you feel like you got to work on yourself, by all means do it. Because I don't want to even if I did ask you and I got into a relationship with you, I didn't want to have to deal with whatever you're trying to work on. So if that's the case, by all means do that. Just if you do that, but no, at this point we're homies. We're just cool, and I don't text my homies each and every day. So I'm not going to just keep sending you texts back and forth. I know that we're homies.
Man, working on yourself don't mean nothing to me. That means I'm working on you then. Because if you texting me, if you continuously texting me still, and you working on yourself, like if you go out your way to text me, but you working on yourself,
we're obviously working together.
Yeah, obviously we're working together.
We're co-workers
you just don't
now.
know it all the way there. You got 50% installed right now. You just ain't all the way there, but you'll get there.
He said, "I am the Wi-Fi booster."
Honestly, I feel the same way. That's why I wasn't really saying nothing because, like, I feel like what does it mean unless it's like something really crazy? Like, what does it mean? Like, you're working on yourself. Like, do you think that what you're doing, me being involved in your life, is going to stop that?
Right.
Well, I kind of will give credence to the other side with that. Like especially spiritually. If you're trying to work on yourself spiritually, taking on a relationship can mess that up a little bit. That's bringing in a whole other element that can hinder your spiritual growth. So
it can also benefit it.
Yeah,
it really depends on the relationship and how it grows.
Yeah, and I don't know if I came off wrong, but I'm not saying like either way is wrong. I'm just saying my thing is if I really like you, I'm not going to give up until you be like, you know what, back off. I'm done. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or
but I'm also backing
if
off.
you really need some space and you really need to do your own thing, I'm cool with just letting you do your own thing. But I still, you know my feelings. Like I like you, I still want to pursue. You know what I mean? I don't know how we got to this from risky text, but
also my statement about that. I didn't mean that we're not cool anymore. Like if someone texts me back, I'm working on myself, but I'm saying don't keep texting me. I don't mean I don't like you anymore. Like we're obviously still homies if we got to this point. So I'm not gonna be like just don't text me no more. You can text me every now and then, but if this is like constant, don't like we're not like that anymore.
Khari saying all this, and his name is It's Big Pimpin', baby.
No, right.
We went on for a while. This has been the Top 5 podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, you know, all that stuff. Take a shot for every time you see Quise do this.
Can't stop for it. Like it's.
We'll be back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. That's when episodes drop.
Follow at Top 5 the podcast for more content. This episode will be released on that Instagram page and YouTube.
Clips on Top 5.
Right.
That's
full episode. YouTube.
HIO.
All right, catch y'all.